Tomorrow, October 26, 2025, I am drawing near to you with a voice that will not fade, a call that will not fall to the ground, a message that has been circling your house and resting upon your pillow while you slept and while you stared at the ceiling and counted the hours of your unrest. I have been trying to reach you for 14 hours, and still my whisper is warm on the door of your heart. Still my breath moves through the curtains. Still my mercy stands at the edge of your name asking to be let in, because 3 angels have been calling you every night, speaking your name like a key that fits the lock of dawn, and they have found what is disturbing you, they have seen what is touching your peace. What is touching your destiny? What is touching your joy? I am not late, I am not distant, I am here and I am not silent, and I am telling you now to open immediately because the moment is turning like the second hand that will not stop for anyone, and I want the first light of tomorrow to find you ready, steady, and wrapped in the shield I have prepared for you. I have watched the wind that tries to slip its fingers into your future. I have seen the shadow that tries to press its hand on your thoughts at the threshold of midnight. I have counted the mixed voices that enter your room like uninvited guests and stand at the foot of your bed with stories of fear, with hints of loss, with counterfeit urgencies, and I have said, enough. I have said, not one more night of your spirit being pushed to the edges. I have said, my child will not be tossed by rumors, will not be shaken by whispers, will not be ruled by threats wrapped in shiny words, for I am the Lord who chooses you before the noise starts, and I am the Lord who stays after the noise ends. And I am the Lord who steps into the middle and tells the noise to become still. Michael stands to your right to cut the cords of confusion. Gabriel stands at your front to announce the truth I am speaking. Raphael stands behind you to gather the broken pieces and knit them into strength. They have called your name while you thought no one knew the ache you were carrying. And they have traced your steps and found the fingerprints that do not belong on your piece. Tomorrow their call will be loud in your spirit, like a bell that rings inside the marrow of your hope, and you will know this message is not an echo of your fears but the living word I am opening like a door. You have felt someone reaching for your momentum, reaching for your softness, reaching for the thread that ties your day to your night. And you have wondered why the smallest tasks feel heavy, why the sweetest memories suddenly taste bitter, why the hallway between your intention and your action has grown longer than it used to be. Hear me, someone has been touching your name with redefinition, trying to label you with what you are not. Someone has been touching your peace with interruption, trying to set small fires in rooms that used to be quiet. Someone has been touching your favor with doubt, trying to plant thorns in the soil where I planted lilies. But I am the gardener who walks the field before dawn, and I am pulling every thorn up by the root. I am fencing your borders with fire. I am washing your name in the water that cannot be stained. You will not be remade by their projections. You will not be reduced by their plans. You will not be drafted into the war they wage against themselves and then call it your fault. I am lifting you out like a ring drawn from deep water, gleaming, whole, and meant to be seen. I speak now to the last 14 hours of your life because they matter to me. Every breath you took while you wondered if you were behind, every sigh you made while you counted your losses instead of your seeds, every minute you stared at your ceiling and asked why the pattern won't break. Nothing has been wasted. I have braided those hours into a rope of rescue, and I am placing it in your hand. You will not sink. You will not be swept into the current of what others decided for you in rooms where you were not invited. I am the one who opens the door that no one can shut, and I am the one who shuts the door that no one can pry open with gossip, flattery, or fear. When morning touches October 26, 2025, you will feel the quiet weight of certainty settle upon your shoulders like a mantle that fits at last. It will not be the loud relief of an accident avoided, but the deep assurance of a promise kept. I kept you through the roads you did not choose and the storms you did not see coming. I kept you when you smiled but your hands were shaking under the table. I kept you when the empty chair in the room said more than the people sitting there. I kept you, and I am keeping you now. Open immediately means do not postpone your yes to me. Open immediately means make no agreement with fear while you wait for perfect conditions. Open immediately means step out of the loop that repeats the voice that hurt you and rehearse my voice instead. Open immediately means forgive what you cannot change, release what was not yours to carry, bless what blesses you and walk away from what keeps breaking you. Open immediately means take the simple step I am showing you now, not tomorrow at noon, not next week when you feel brave. But now, speak the cleansing sentence. Pour the oil of kindness on your own heart, send the message that frees you, cancel the permission you gave to the anxious voice that keeps rearranging your furniture at midnight. I am not asking you to move mountains today, I am asking you to move your yes into my hand and watch how the mountain becomes a staircase. I am addressing the one who tries to touch your joy when you are not looking. You have felt them like a draft in a closed room, like a hand on your shoulder when you know you are alone. Their touch has been attention disguised as concern, flattery disguised as loyalty, control disguised as protection. I tear the mask from that touch now. Nothing disguised will decide your next chapter. I burn the script they hoped you would read from. The script where you apologize for shining, the script where you water down your voice to be easier to manage, the script where you carry a shame that isn't yours. I replace it with a page written in gold where your true name stands unedited, chosen, guarded, rising. You do not owe explanations to the storm you already passed. You do not need permission to be free in a room I gave you. You do not need to stay small to keep someone comfortable. I am the comforter of your soul and I am enlarging you to fit the dream I dreamed first. 3 angels call you because the message is layered. Protection, announcement, healing, the sword, the trumpet, and the bomb. The sword cuts the ties that kept you repeating circles that made you dizzy. The trumpet declares the end of an old season and the beginning of a new assignment. The bomb touches the places that tremble when you hear footsteps in hallways at night. All 3 are working as one because I am one and I send what matches my nature. Whole, complete, abundant. You will feel the sword in the clean boundaries that rise inside you. You will feel the trumpet in the clarity that suddenly makes difficult decisions simple. You will feel the bomb in the sudden gentleness that meets your own self where you used to be harsh. This is not imagination. This is visitation. This is not wishful thinking. This is fulfillment. This is not a temporary mood. This is a covenant unfolding in time. I am also touching your house. the rooms where your laughter sometimes hides behind the curtains, the kitchen where you stand looking at your reflection in the dark window and asking me if I still remember you, the doorway you walk through with keys and questions. I am clearing the corners of heavy air. I am sweeping out the words that were spoken in anger and hung from the ceiling like cobwebs. I am lighting a small lamp that will not go out, and I am setting the tone of peace so boldly that even your shoes will feel different when you tie them in the morning. When you leave, you will carry the scent of that peace and it will follow you into conversations you usually dread. When you return, the house will meet you like a friend who kept your secrets and watered your plants while you were gone. This is the blessing I pour on the place where you lay your head. No trespass for fear, no vacancy for despair, no spare chair for the voice of accusation. There is also a work of restoration in your name as it is said by you, by family, by those who think of you when you are not there. For too long your name has been used as a placeholder in stories that do not honor you. For too long your name has been called only when someone needed your strength but did not want your truth. I reclaim your name from those altars. I write it again where I first wrote it, on my palm. Near my heartbeat, where it moves with my life, you will hear your name tomorrow, and it will sound new because it will be said by hope, not by fear. You will say your own name tomorrow and it will feel like a vow you are keeping at last. No more shrinking when you introduce yourself. No more lowering your eyes when you claim what is yours. No more apologizing for the gift I gave you and told you to use boldly. Your name will be a key in my hand, and doors will unlock at the timing of mercy, not the schedule of pressure. Do not be alarmed if tonight brings a stirring. If you wake before your alarm as if someone touched your shoulder with gentleness, that will be my touch, and it will be the angels aligning your steps. You may feel the urge to clean a small space, to write a short promise on paper and fold it near your heart, to pour out the old water and draw new. These are not empty gestures, they are agreements with the newness I am sending. Small obedience opens large gates. A whisper of yes tears down a wall that bragged it would stand forever. Give me your small yes and watch me give you a path where you thought there was only a cliff. Give me your weary hands and watch me crown them with work that energizes you. Give me your most ordinary hour and watch me fill it with gold. There is a financial thread in this too, because I see the place where worry tries to count ahead and predict famine. I speak abundance that is wise, provision that is steady, opportunities that respect your values. I am not sending you the kind of open door that requires you to diminish your soul. I am sending the kind of open door that asks you to stand taller in your integrity and brings increase without hidden barbs. You will recognize it because peace will walk in first and fear will not be needed to keep it. Do not chase what runs from your peace. Do not appease what demands you betray yourself to qualify. I am your qualifier, and I am setting appointments for you that your enemies cannot cancel. I am also speaking to relationships strained by misreading, to the friend who stopped calling because silence grew between you like ivy. I pour light between you. If reconciliation will bless your future, I will arrange the conversation and put gentle words on your tongue. If distance will guard your promise, I will soften the ache and close the door without bitterness. You are not losing what you need. I am pruning what cannot grow with you. Let me define love as safety and truth, not just history and habit. Tomorrow, if a message comes that invites you back into a pattern that hurt you, remember what I am saying now. Peace is your compass. Choose what strengthens the compass. Decline what demagnetizes it. As for the one who keeps touching your hope with delay, who keeps moving the finish line when you get close, who changes rules and calls it destiny, I have seen their game and I end it. I return timelines to my calendar, I return definitions to my book, I return your energy to your body and your focus to your purpose. The day of being pulled like taffy between what you must be and what others demand you be is closing. I sew you back into yourself, I make you one piece, I give you the undivided heart that prays simply and lives clearly. You will wake on October 26, 2025 with a sentence on your lips that feels like sunrise. Say it when it comes and let it lead you. It will be a small sentence, but it will anchor a large day. Guard your ears tonight. Play what brings calm. Speak blessing over your pillow. Forgive the day. Thank your body for carrying you. Release your breath like a dove back to my hand. And when the faint tremor of fear tries one more time to come close, answer it with this: I am not available for rehearsing harm, I am available for receiving promise. I am not open to being controlled by what tried to touch me. I am open to being guided by the one who holds me. And know this: while you sleep, I will not; while you turn, I will not turn away; while you dream, I will edit the scenes and remove the images that were planted by worry. I will make space for true dreams, and I will put a calm on your heart that matches the sea when I say, peace, be still. Tomorrow is not a threat, it is a table. It is not a test you have to prepare for in panic. It is a meal I prepared while you were wondering if you would be fed. Sit and eat the clarity, drink the courage, taste the favor that has your name on it, and as you eat, remember the three voices calling you: protection, announcement, healing. Hear them braid into one sound that says simply, rise. Rise from what touched you but did not claim you. Rise from what slowed you but did not stop you. Rise from what confused you but could not rewrite you. Rise, because I am standing, and when I stand, those who love you rise with you. I am the one who speaks and it is. I am the one who blesses and none can reverse. I am the one who enters rooms no key can open, and I have entered yours with gentleness and authority. Receive me now, and open immediately, for the hour is ripe, the angels are near, and your tomorrow is already answering your name with joy that I am speaking to you now, because tomorrow, October 26th, will not be an ordinary day for you. For the last 14 hours I have been reaching into your hours one by one, tapping the window of your awareness, brushing your shoulder with a breath you kept calling coincidence, turning up the volume on signs you thought were small. 3 angels have been standing in the margins of your nights, calling your name with a sound the body hears as a memory and the soul hears as a bell. They call because a boundary around your life has been touched, your door has been tested, your name has been pressed by hands that are not clean with truth. Do not be afraid. I am not telling you this to make you tremble, but to make you stand. When I warn you, it is because I have already prepared your protection, and when I reveal, it is because I am ready to restore. I have watched you feel the ache that has no map. I have watched you sense the weight in a room that looked empty and the chill behind a smile that looked kind. You are not imagining it. There are movements in the unseen around you, but there is also my movement, larger, nearer, certain. The enemy touches what he does not own, tries to smudge what he cannot claim, tries to rename what I have already named. Your life is sealed in me. Your purpose is sealed in me. Your promise is written in letters that do not fade with weather or whisper. I have been trying to reach you for 14 hours because I want your agreement, your consent, your yes, your voice to come into alignment with what I decided for you before you saw your first morning. Your voice changes atmospheres. Your voice authorizes angels to stand, to block, to announce, to lift. You do not need to learn a new language, you need to remember mine. Say what I say. Stand how I stand. Choose what I choose. Begin now. The first angel who has called you is the angel of clarity. You have felt him as a clean sharpness in your thinking, a reduction of fog, a sudden knowing of where the thread begins and where it was cut. He has been assigned to uncover patterns you learned to tolerate but were never meant to host. Watch how tomorrow certain names, images, and memories will float to the surface without you forcing them. Do not panic when you see what you see. Clarity is not cruelty. Clarity is kindness with a bright lamp. I bring truth not to humiliate you, but to release you from rooms you thought were homes. The second angel who calls you is the angel of courage. You have felt him as a straight spine in moments you used to bend, as a warmth in the chest like a rising candle, as a quiet that says, you can answer this with strength. He has been assigned to teach you how to say no without apology and yes without fear. The third angel who calls you is the angel of compensation. You have felt him as a stirring of expectancy that makes no sense to your calculation, as a soft pull toward joy for which you do not yet have evidence. He is here to gather what was delayed, to redeem what was mishandled, to bring back what was said to be gone beyond recall. Someone has touched your boundary. Someone has put their curiosity where reverence should be. Someone has reached for your grace as if it were merchandise on a shelf. Hear me, grace is a gift, not an object. Your trust is a river, but a river is not a flood, it travels inside its banks. I do not ask you to harden your heart, I ask you to guard it. I do not ask you to mistrust the whole world, I ask you to wisely number your gates. I have given you indicators that you overlooked because your love is generous and your hope is large. But even a generous love needs a gate, and even a large hope has a key. There is a time to leave the door open and a time to bolt it. Tomorrow I will show you which door must be shut and which window must be opened for air and light. I will show you which conversation requires silence and which silence requires a voice. You do not have to guess. Begin listening like a person who knows the next instruction carries weight, because it does. The touching of your boundary has not changed the shape of my plan for you. It has only changed the timeline in your favor, because what was done in shadow has forced a dawn. What you thought would take months will accelerate because exposure is fuel for transformation. You will see a chain reaction. One confession triggers another. One truth makes a second truth inevitable. The first apology unlocks a door you thought was painted shut. Do not waste time rehearsing speeches for revenge. I did not invite you to that stage. I invited you to witness harvest. You sowed patience when you could have sown anger. You sowed prayers when you could have thrown stones. Seeds like that do not die, they wait for an appointed rain. Tomorrow is part of that rain. I see you checking calendars, counting what is left, measuring your strength against the next requirement. Put down the measuring tape. I am the surplus that erases your deficit. I am the breath that will not run out when you think you cannot take one more step. Your fatigue is not a verdict. It is a signal. Stop treating signals as sentences. When you feel spent, step back into me. When you feel crowded, choose solitude with me for a few holy minutes. When you feel that touch on the border of your peace, say out loud, "No further." Heaven understands that sentence. Darkness understands it too. Boundaries are not a lack of love, they are a shape for love to be true. I am not asking you to become suspicious, I am training you to become discerning. Suspicion carries fear and bitterness, discernment carries peace and accuracy. Suspicion breaks bridges, discernment adds toll gates. You may cross, but you cannot cross for free. You may step close, but you must honor the terms. I will put new terms in your mouth and paper them in your heart. You will call your own heart to a meeting and set policies for the next season. You will say, "We do not enter rooms that demand we shrink to fit. We do not take calls that punish our silence and punish our speech. We do not hold secrets that make us sick. We do not wear masks that suffocate our prayer." As you say these things, the angels will echo you. As you practice these things, demons will vacate. You are not going backward, you are upgrading how you move. Tomorrow you will notice small signs that look ordinary to anyone else but will be thunder to you. A word on a billboard will match something you wrote and forgot. A number will repeat until you finally smile at the pattern. A bird will land twice on the same railing and you will remember how I kept you when the railing of your life was thin. Do not dismiss the small. I often hide large help in small wrappers. I hide ladders in simple yes. I hide keys in short prayers. I hide the turning of a decade in the decision that took you 30 seconds to make with me. When you see the first sign, speak gratitude immediately. Gratitude is a door that opens smoother when used daily. Your thank you is a tool, wield it. You have asked me what to do about the person who keeps reaching for you with a hand that takes more than it gives. You have asked me if kindness means letting them keep their grip. Hear me clearly, kindness is not consent to be drained. Love that allows theft is not love, it is confusion wearing mercy's clothes. I will show you a path to bless them without bleeding for them. I will show you a way to step back without turning bitter, to let them go without labeling them forever, to guard your name without cursing theirs. It is possible because I am the one doing this with you. I do not need you to defend my reputation, and you do not need to destroy theirs. Release them into the distance where I can deal with them. Distance is not hatred, distance is a prescription. There are things in your house that no longer belong to this season, objects you kept because they reminded you of a good time that turned untrue. Notes that carry the scent of manipulation, gifts that demanded a price far higher than their ribbon. Tomorrow I will nudge you to gather and remove what keeps stitching your heart to old rooms. When you release the token, the tie dissolves faster. When you choose fresh air, the stale air admits it needed the window all along. Do not be sentimental about chains. I am gentle with you, be firm with what holds you. As you clear, you will feel the three angels move through your space like early wind. Clarity will name things. Courage will carry them out. Compensation will prepare their replacements. You have wondered if you missed me when you hesitated, if the last 14 hours prove you are hard to reach. You are not hard to reach, you are careful with sacred things. I chose you precisely because you do not toss holy instructions the way others toss slogans. Your hesitation at times came from wounds, and I am stitching those with light. The next time a tug in your spirit comes, treat it as you would treat a hand catching you from a fall. Respond, then ask for understanding. Obedience first, explanation will follow. I am not hiding lessons to keep you small, I am pacing them to keep you safe.